What's going on, guys? My name is Ali Ashraf, and in this video, we're going to be going over Ohio State Justin Fields Pro Day that just happened on Tuesday. We're going to look at the takeaways from it and, like overall what I saw in this Pro Day. But before I get started on the video, please hit that subscribe button and like button if you enjoy this video. I really appreciate it. We're close to 1,000 subscribers. So, with that being said, let's get started. So Justin Fields, obviously, like Zach Wilson, had an amazing pro day. I really, he kind of displayed what I've been seeing in film for the last 2, 3 years of his film, and he showed his great arm strength. He did a little bit of a Zach Wilson throw today. That's not getting enough publicity and media coverage for. He has great size. His velocity on the ball is just amazing. His leadership ability, I mean, it's off the charts. And he looks ready. He looks ready to be in the NFL, and with the right coaching, I think he could be a really good quarterback. And you saw a lot of glimpse of you know in his pro day how he was mixing it up a little bit. He was sometimes throwing to the wideout, sometimes to the running back, sometimes to tight ends. He was going long, short, slants, verticals. He was trying to do all that mix up, and I kind of like that actually because it's not the typical pro day type stuff, and it was pretty much like moving around, trying to loosen him up. And after the pro day, he was pretty much saying that if a team wants him to throw more, he will throw more. And that just shows you how committed he is, how ready he is for the NFL. He wants to get better. He wants people to trust him. He wants to go to a franchise that can develop him correctly. So I think, it was an overall good day for Justin Fields fans. Justin Fields himself, his agent, and all that stuff. So that should be a really good thing for that part of it. He also ran a 4.44, I think, in the 40-yard dash, which is really, really impressive for a quarterback. I mean, that just puts his ceiling a little bit up because he can go on the run, he can do whatever, he can get out of the pocket and use that speed in the NFL. I mean, that's what a lot of these quarterbacks are doing. Lamar Jackson, all these quarterbacks that are coming out, the young quarterbacks are using their feet, using their legs to get more yardage, and that's a big asset in the NFL now. So I think that would be in his favor in the NFL draft. But overall, when I was looking at his draft profile, I did a draft profile for Justin Fields. That's linked in my bio. It's on my website. I saw a lot. His mechanics, his accuracy, his arm strength, just his grit. I mean, and the national champ against Clemson, man, he got hurt, he got banged up, and he still came out there and was throwing bombs. He was doing everything he can, and he's ready for the big game. He's not afraid of it. He always sometimes remains calm. I feel like he always remains calm. Actually, he never looks like he's under heavy pressure. He's ready to go, and that's a really good asset in the NFL. That's kind of like a Tom Brady type thing where he's ready to go and he's ready to play and he's ready to make that big time play to win the game. And that's the type of quarterback that a lot of people, like. And that's a really, really good characteristic in a quarterback at the most important position in the NFL and maybe in all sports. So, there's a lot of good things to look at with Justin Fields. Obviously, for the Jets' perspective, they got a big decision in number two. Obviously, people are saying still Zach Wilson at number two. Obviously, that could change. There's still a month left until the draft. We don't know what's going to happen. It could be Justin Fields. It can be Zach Wilson, or whatever happens with Sam Darnold. I don't know, but it's probably going to be a draft quarterback. But if it's Justin Fields or Zach Wilson, it's going to be a very hard decision because both of these guys have consistently been good. I think they both will be good quarterbacks in the NFL. Obviously, there's just hype after every pro day of that one player. So I'm not going to read into that, but you got to look at option for the Jets. I think the Jets are in a perfect spot right now because they can't really go wrong with any of these, Justin Fields or Zach Wilson. I think they both are good prospects, but they got to pick their guy. They got to pick whoever they think will be developed correctly. Obviously, that's leading to Zach Wilson because of the scheme fit. But, a lot of people are arguing that Justin Fields can also fit in the scheme as well, really well. So, I mean, it's going to be a toss-up. I think it's going to be a fun time in the next month or so to figure it out. But I think for Justin Fields' purposes, I do think there's gonna be other teams interested. I think the Falcons could be a great spot for him. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be really in the market, but I think they could be a sleeper quarterback. Like they could pick a quarterback at 4. I know they restructured Matt Ryan, and they think they're going to keep Matt Ryan. But today was impressive. I think Arthur Smith is kind of hooked with Justin Fields, so we'll see what happens there. But I think that would be a great fit for him. But overall, we'll see what happens. I think Justin Fields is a really good prospect. I think he'll be great in the league. And I think the Jets, should consider it. I definitely think so. Zach Wilson's obviously on most of everyone's, at the top list. But there's a tough decision coming for the Jets, and hopefully they make a right decision right here because Zach Wilson and Justin Fields are both good prospects. And this is going to be an ongoing conversation for the next month or so. So that's pretty much it from the Justin Fields Pro Day. And I think he's ready to go. I think he's ready to play. I think he's going to be great in the NFL. And yeah, so thank you guys for listening. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so like it up and go Jets.